Okay, I just want to do a short video on electric net haulers. I've been looking around for electric net hauler for a while, just to suit my application. I've got an 18-foot boat and I'm sort of working in around about 80 to 100 feet of water. I've been looking on the internet for one, and a lot of the ones I've seen on there look yeah, they don't look like they're up to the task. A lot of aluminium, a lot of plastic, and I've heard the plastic drums end up snapping and breaking and all sorts of stuff that when they come under a bit of pressure. So after looking around for ages and ages, I saw this one here. This is made in Italy. It's a Magic Marlin. Yeah, and it's equipment for professional fishermen. This is the smallest one they make, the SR 180. It only weighs 20 kilos. It only draws 15 amps, which is bugger all. And I've been told by the guy who builds them, you can work into up to 70 meters without any trouble. I have actually used it for about the past 3 weeks, and it's worked absolutely fantastic. Yeah, the reason I went for electric, because I've had hydraulic haulers before and they just take up a lot of room. They're big and bulky. Once they're in the boat, they're hard to get out of the boat. Using the haulers, doing the dog season only lasts about 3 months anyway, so once that's over, it's just, you just lift it off and put it in the shed wherever you want to do it. But I'll just show you the application here. I've got a two battery system, one at the back, there's one at the front that I put in for this specific one. All the cables are hooked up. I've got a main switch in here which I can run off the front battery or the back battery or both. Either way, it doesn't matter. When I'm working in this sort of depth of water, I just leave the motor running because yeah, they're fuel injected 2-strokes. They use very little gas at an idle, and yeah, petrol is pretty much non-irrelevant. They use so little, so I just leave it running and that keeps the batteries charged and you don't have any problem. I just have it hooked into a plug like this one here. This is a waterproof one. This is basically off a, got this off the Trade Me for a caravan, and yeah, that works perfectly fine. I looked at a marine one and they were sort of like $120 for the thing, and probably because they had a few stainless components in them, but all you have to do is just change a couple of these screws to stainless and I think you'll be fine. That thing only cost 24 bucks, so you know, you're saving yourself $100. Winning already. Yeah, so that just plugs in there and we're all good to go. It just has a swivel mount, so it doesn't matter sort of where the gear's actually pulling. If the wind's, you know, there's wind against the tide and the boat's sitting the wrong way, you can sort of, you know, it'll swing around and you can just pull on your net, no worries like that. The mounting bracket, oh hang on, I've got it, is just basically a stainless solid piece of steel there. I have it actually tied on there because I wasn't too sure about how strong that mount was, so I didn't want it to actually hook up onto the bottom and do a runner, but I found it's fine. But yeah, it's just the mounting on there. This is a plywood boat, so you know, if you've got an aluminium boat or something like that, you could just bolt it on, but this is a plywood. It's only got a 9mm deck, so I stuck a 30mm piece of ply over the top of that. It's all hardwood, screwed and glued down, so these screws go right down through into the gunnel on both sides. And yeah, it's not showing any signs of moving. I don't think it would. Yeah, chances are pretty slim. But yeah, that just sits in. Yeah, so it just sits in there like that, and you can just do the screw up here wherever you want it. If you want to sort of lock it into place and stop it from moving, you can do that without any trouble. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's got the 2 switches on the side plus a fuse. This is the main switch. You just switch on and away she goes, nice and quiet. And yeah, she'll haul away good as gold. It's rated for 150 kilos. Most of the other ones, the other smaller ones, I've seen around about 90 kilos. But yeah, it's not the be all and end all of haulers. You know, I mean, you can't, if it's blowing 30 knots and you're picking up out of this depth of water and against the tide or something like that, you're still going to use the motor and have to put it in gear and just sort of take the weight off it and, just let it come up. It's definitely more of an assistance, yeah, just to give you a hand to get it up out of that depth, because yeah, as you're getting older like me, my shoulder's gone, so yeah, I can no longer sort of pick up out of those depths on my own now. So, this is why we sort of invested in this machine here. So yeah, it's just got the switch on, switch back. If it starts to get tangled up, you can flick it back, and if you're running and you sort of get anything caught, or the other day I was picking up and as the anchor was coming over, it jammed in there, and so it's just a switch, bang like that, and she'll stop, and you can switch it off, and all you have to do is twist it, and you're ready to go again. Yeah, and it. The guys I dealt with from Italy, man, they were just the greatest guys, man. They just kept in contact, and just, yeah, everything he said he was going to do, he'd done. It was great. It took about 3 weeks, took him about a week to build. Then it was a week to get here to New Zealand, and then it sat for about a week down in customs. I tell you, yeah, typical. That's just the way things work. But yeah, it's here now and it works absolutely fantastic. There's a couple of other electric ones he makes. This is the SR180. There's the 350 and the 500. They're basically exactly the same size, but they just have bigger motors and a bigger power draw. Yeah, so yeah, they go to like 20 amps. I think the next one's up, and then it goes up to 30 amps or something like that. I'm not too sure. I didn't look into the bigger ones, because yeah, I thought this one here would do me fine. And it does. It just works absolutely brilliant. They're just a little bit heavier. Like I say, this one's only 20 kilos on the side of the boat. It just makes no problem whatsoever. It's just a piece of cake. And yeah, they go up about 5 kilos each time they go up to a bigger motor. They only jump up about 5 kilos, which is pretty much nothing. Yeah, so that's all it. And I've just got the gear out in the water now. I'm going to pick up in about an hour, so I'll just show you how it all works and how it comes up and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's a brilliant day to do it anyway. I wanted to do a video earlier, but yeah, the weather's just been absolutely atrocious here. So this is the first few days that we've had where it's just absolutely beautiful. And yeah, so I'll show you how it all works. So if you're looking for into electric net haulers in your application, like I say, not the be all and end all of haulers. If you're sort of working big boats, big gear, that sort of thing. But yeah, in this application, it works absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's just been an absolute godsend. So yeah, if you're looking for something like that, yeah, definitely look into it, or give us a yell, and I'll put you onto the right guys. Cheers.